hope everyone's having a good day. My name is Robert Thompson from RMT Industrial Sales. Today I'd like to show you a tool for rust removal. Not just rust, but really anything brittle that you want to remove from a hard surface. For example, if you want to mate metal parts together and corrosion is interfering with a good seating of the parts, you may want to get rid of the corrosion there. If you want to paint rusty metal, you'll find this tool interesting. So what it is, it's a pneumatic needle scaler. We're going to give a demonstration of how it works. Big difference between what we're offering today and a lot of what you'll find is that this air hammer is a long stroke air hammer, a quality industrial tool. This is a lower priced air hammer. You can see the difference in the piston stroke. That makes a huge difference in the power that gets delivered to the work. And speaking of power, we should talk about safety. Hearing protection is highly recommended. If you want to be able to have a conversation with people after a day's work with this machine, wear hearing protection. You may also want to consider respiratory protection, especially if there might be lead paint involved in the removal job that you're doing. Protect your respiratory system. Safety glasses would be the minimum eye protection. Full face shield is recommended, and it'll keep a lot of rust and debris off your face. Also, there's quite a bit of vibration with this machine, so heavy work gloves will help absorb that. And the reason my watch is here is if you like your watch, probably take it off when you're using this, because you might shake the dials off. So it's a two-part system. There's the air hammer, the pneumatic hammer, and the needle scaling head. And this is how it comes. So to put it together, I like to use a bit of Loctite. Put some Loctite on these threads. There's 3 set screws on the head. A bit of Loctite on those. And then take this and you can thread it right onto the hammer. As tight as you can get it by hand. I guess if you wanted to, you could put this in a vise and give it a little tweak with a pipe wrench. I don't think it's necessary. So once the head is threaded onto the hammer, go around these set screws, tighten them in evenly. If you tighten one side completely before you do the other side, you may end up with this needle scaler wouldn't be in a good alignment with the hammer. And that could affect the wear of the tool. So these are nice and snug. Don't, use a short Allen key so you don't overdo it. Once that's done, check that again. Make sure that it's tight, which it is. Every 4 hours, put a few drops of oil, air tool oil, Air tool oil is the best to use, like that. Don't put in too much. You may end up with oil on the surface that you want to paint later. So I've used these quite a bit myself. I find that just a light oiling keeps the tool running fine, and the oil doesn't show up on the work. So next thing we're going to do is connect this to compressed air, and we'll give you a demonstration. We have one additional note. Maximum operating air pressure for this is 90 psi, and for today's demonstration we're going to use my air pressure setting here is 80 psi on the supply regulator. If your compressed air is wet or possibly contains debris, then it's a good idea for the life of the tool. It's a good idea to blow out your air supply, get rid of the water, get rid of the debris before you connect it. Another operating tip, whoever's using the operator of this gun should routinely check that this head is remaining tight. They can vibrate and begin to loosen. You'll find the gun doesn't work as well. It'll work better for longer if you keep this tight. You have your hand on it anyway, so just keep a check on it. Make sure it's not working loose. I mentioned the difference between a long barrel, short barrel pneumatic hammer. If this tool is too long, if you need a shorter tool for tighter spaces, if you don't have clearance for this, this needle scaler will attach to a short barrel gun. It won't have the same impact, but it will work. And you can thread this on the shorter gun. It's going to take about that much length off. And also, you can trim these needles, maybe half the length, or 3/4 of the length, so you can shorten up the whole tool. Cut these off with a zip cut. But they have to be even on the ends. So I have my safety equipment on. I'm not going to wear respiratory protection for this short demonstration because I want to be able to talk. So hearing protection, eye protection, heavy gloves. We'll take this over to our pieces that we want to show you. This is an old submersible pump. Its pumping days are finished, but it gives us a nice piece to demonstrate the ability of this tool to remove rust. And down here, I have a piece of a broken tool, and it has some cement on it. So we'll remove this cement. You can see how it does on cement, and you can see how it does on rust. So I'm going to start here. So that's paint and rust. And here we have our piece with concrete. You have a good angle there?
Yep.
A note to get maximum life from the needle scaler. Depending on the type of surface you're doing, it's possible to bend these needles, and if you bend the needles, the gun is not going to work as well. And also on that point, if you need a new needle scaler head, we sell those separately. So if you wear this out, you can buy this part separately and keep your pneumatic hammer. So I'd just like to show you what to be aware of. Say for a round surface like this, if you're working like this and you operate the gun and push, you'll bend the needles. Or, you know, if you have a couple needles on the outside and you're working the gun, you can bend the needles. If you're wearing gloves, something that you can do to help in a situation like this, you can group the needles together, hold them together, and that will prevent any needles from getting on the outside of the work and bending. Similar situation, if you have an angle like this, someone's texting me. Same thing, if you attack from here and push, you're going to spread the needles and it will affect the life of the scaler head. So that's just something to be cautious of, and again, you can group the needles together if you want to keep them from going outside of the work and getting bent. You found this demonstration useful? If you're interested in a quotation on one of these from us, please go to costcutindustrial.ca, click on the Contact Us tab, tell us you're interested in a needle scaler, and we'll get a quotation to you for this exact unit. Thanks very much, and this has been the presentation of costcutindustrial.ca, a division of RMT Industrial Sales. Everyone have a good day and work safe.